Hello, welcome in episode 4 of Big Man Moving, baby. We inside today. We inside today. I'm sore. I'm old. I've been trying to put my best foot forward in being active and being moving, baby. But it's hard. I'm a big man. Even though all of the progress that I make, I'm still at the end of the day a fucking man. And my joints just can't take it. My joints just can't take it. So we're inside today, but we are recording. We have been doing some work this month and over the last few weeks, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna fucking talk about it. I even made fucking notes. Listen, I'm here for this episode. I'm here for this episode, totally, fully, devoutly. I am here to try to make more sense than I have in the previous episodes. And the previous episodes of Big Man Moving, they're great. I love them, but I really don't get into much detail. I just kind of you know, talk about my workout and, the weight that I'm doing and what I'm doing at that moment, so on and so forth. But in this episode, I kind of want to add a little bit more detail, like, some of the things that I'm dealing with and, all of these things combined into a end of the month, big man moving. Let's talk about it episode. So this is where we're at. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So at the start of April, I did a week long trip. I went to go see one of my good friends that I've known for fucking 15 plus years of my life. I've seen her for the first time. It was great. It was really a good time. I really enjoyed it. And then I came back and my body was just like, listen, man, you can't do shit. You can't do shit, man. You gotta rest. You gotta be just take it easy, recover from your trip and stuff like that. So I was like, fuck, all right. Listen, I gotta listen to my body. My body knows what I'm talking about. I'm old. I'm a big man. I got all these underlining things going on. Bad back. You name it. You name it. Anyway, so we moved into the third week of fucking April. We're at the third week of April, right? At this point in time. And I started to do a few things. I didn't bring my little black book. I just got up out of bed and I'm fucking making this video. So my little black book's got all of my workouts, my weights and everything like that. But regardless of that lack of information, all right? We did some stuff in the third and fourth week of April, all right? We did some work. We definitely are seeing we're seeing improvements. We're seeing improvements and with that comes a very, you know, back and forth kind of emotions that I've been feeling about just my fitness journey in general. I'm gonna be honest. I've only been really hitting the weights and hitting like the progressive overload and the down stacking and everything like that since February. So we're going on 3 months. However, in that 3 months, I have seen my body change. Body has been changing in a very physical way. Like when I look at myself in the mirror and I can see muscle, I can feel muscle, I can when I'm walking around, I can feel the progress. So I'm starting to see the progress and I'm starting to feel the progress when I start walking and everything like that and doing things in my daily life. However, this is and this is sort of a mix to like my mental health too, but that's also very important in a general just, hey, I'm doing things, baby. I'm a big man moving. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm bipolar, right? So the work that I'm putting in the gym and I'm eating well, I'm doing all of these things. I'm connecting on so many fronts that I never have done before. And I feel good. I'm just not seeing the progress on the scale. However, okay, I say that and it bugs me. It really does. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really does. Make me feel a certain way. But I think that's good human nature. I think that is a good. You know, I don't want to say good. Good is not a very good word to use in this situation. However, it is a word that I will use. Um, and I'm not a fucking listen. I'm not a professional guru. I'm not a fitness man. I'm not. I'm none of these things. I'm not even a professional YouTuber. Okay, I'm not even a professional YouTuber. I know. It's heartbreaking to hear. But not seeing that progress on the weight and actually, putting in the effort and stuff like that, it bugs me. It makes me feel a certain way. And because I am bipolar, I have a tendency to live my life on one extreme to another. So like I'm built on extremes. I'm built on chaos and extremes. And when I step on the scale and I don't see like that weight going down, it does, put a little bit of a fucking punch in my system, punch in my gut. But on the flip side, I haven't gained weight either. I've been stable at this weight, and I'm not even afraid to put the number out there, motherfuckers. I'm not even afraid to put the numbers out there. I weighed myself yesterday. 393. I'm a big motherfucking man. I said that at the beginning of this episode. The fucking name of this series is Big Man Moving. 393. I've been 393 steady since the start of February. And with that, as I said, my body is changing. I'm starting to see muscle in places. Like I just look and I feel better. And there are some avenues that I want to explore going into the future. But before we get into the future, let's talk about, with those changes that I've been seeing, how they've translated into my work. I'm trying to use big words, trying not to make this like a himbo classic. Like I really want this to be sort of an educational video, and I don't want it to be too long, so we're kind of glossing over some things. But I do want to talk about my workouts. I've been putting up weight every week in 5 to 10 increments higher, and my range of motion has been great. I've been able to control the weight. I've been able to move it very, very well. And that's huge. That is such a huge thing for me because I'm not up there struggling. Like I'm not just throwing weight. I'm not using my body and trying to propel it. Like I'm actually controlling the weight from start to finish. I'm actually controlling the weight and I'm able to add, you know, weight each week and I feel great. Like, I'm hitting numbers that I've never hit before and it just for me and my body and the way that I'm built, it feels good. It feels good to add that weight and not only add that weight to be able to control that weight, to be able to have a good, range of motion, to be able to have a good, push and pull. Like I said, I'm not a very scientific man. I don't have the technical scientific names of the terms and analogies and stuff like that. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So those moments I can sort of fight back the negativity I feel about not seeing the scale move down because you know, I know that at the end of the day I want to do more, but I can't. I can't do any more because you got to take care of your body, right? Like I my goal is to be better. If I beat my body up and I'm not able to recover and I'm not able to do these things, it's the opposite of what I'm trying to get at. So I got to be very careful with that. So using weights very well, mucho well. Um, and it's slow progress. It's slow progress and it's wishy washy. It honestly feels like I'm stuck in in just raging waters. Like I'm really happy that I'm fucking being able to do this. I'm seeing the progress, seeing the muscle. I'm able to walk more and stuff like that, but not seeing it moving the scale. It's very wishy washy, but I'm able to still do it. I'm able to still be in it, and I'm still able to, float as they say. What else? Let's see. What else? So we talked about that. We talked about the struggles of wanting to do more. Okay, have a little conversation about like Ozempic and the weight loss stuff. I am on none of that, and I'll give my disclaimer on how I feel about those things. If you are on them and it works for you, that's great. But please be very careful. It is a deadly sword, right? If you're using Ozempic to just lose weight and you're not doing the other pieces, what it may be, going to the gym, eating right, so on and so forth, it can. I personally feel like it can have a very, very negative impact mentally. And I'm all about good mental health, or just mental health in general and treating yourself right and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very worried about the side effect of the drug if you do not do the other points of needed for that drug to be a good holding hand, if that makes sense. And oftentimes, I have thought about if I do get on a drug like that and I do lose weight and I continue to do what I'm doing, it might be beneficial. It might be exactly what I need. I might be able to lose this weight and I might be able to do more. Like once I get weight off me, my joints are free up. I have less pressure everywhere. If you a big motherfucker, a big, beautiful motherfucker, let me just state that. You know what I'm saying. You know. But I've been thinking about it. I do have a game plan set in my head. I will give a rough idea of what's going on in my head. And, I got to go back to the doctor in July to get some blood work, follow ups, and stuff like that. If I do not see a little bit of a difference on the scale going down, I'm going to have that conversation with my doctor. I'm going to be like, I've been doing all of this for a very long time. I'm eating well. I'm doing this. I'm going to the gym. I'm being active. All these things. Like, what can we do? That's going to be a conversation that I have in the future. Um, we talked about the mental. Let's talk about some progression pictures. I'm not a big man on hey, man moving. But I don't like taking pictures of myself. I don't feel good about that, but I do understand that it's good. So in future big man moving episodes, there may be progress pictures. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And I do, and then this is another topic of what I want to talk about. I'm gonna look into starting creatine. I have a good friend of mine. She's on creatine, and it's helping her. She said it feels good, and she, we had a little bit of a conversation about it, and it's something that I'm interested in looking to get into. Creatine, starting creatine, stuff like that. And that's it. That's all I got. That's a brazen blowover of my notes, and in the way that I am charmingly enough able to do it. Now we can do a little freeform, and what kind of freeform do I want that to be? I know what the fuck I want to say. Okay, listen. I know I talked about being wishy washy and progress and not seeing weight in the scale, but listen, motherfuckers, if you are just getting up and doing something, and this is very hard, and I understand that this is like preaching, and it's a very hard thing to grasp onto, but if you are just getting up and doing something, if you go from doing nothing to something, that's huge. That's huge. If you are a bigger person, or it doesn't matter what size you are, whatever activity, if you go from doing absolutely nothing to doing something, that is a fucking victory. Okay? That is a victory. Not everything has to be dripped down to what I see on a scale, what I can do in a machine, XYZ. Sometimes, and this has saved me a lot from really getting down in the dumps, is just doing something is a lot better than what I was doing before. Because I was doing nothing before. Me me now versus me a year ago is a fucking different person. Like I'm not even joking. Like I'm gonna show you. Big man moving, baby. Me last year, bro, look at these shirts. Look at these fucking shirts, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these things. Look at these things. I could fit two of me now. I could fit. Okay, let me move my chair up. Oh, oh, oh. I could fit two of me now in this moment in one of these shirts that one of me fit a year ago. I hope that made sense because I was very passionate about what I was saying. Anyway, regardless, sometimes you have to just tune out all the statistics and the weight loss and stuff like that and just look at yourself and really sit down with yourself and be like, hey, I'm doing something. I went to the gym today. Okay, maybe I didn't go in, but I went to the fucking gym today. Like, just minor things, and use those minor things to build a foundation so that, excuse me, I got very passionate and I got a little scratch in my chest. But I don't know. I'm big on like fucking, finding the little things in life. I think the little details in life are things that can really help you in a very dark spot. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I am a man that's prone to very dark places my whole life, and right now I'm good. I'm feeling good. Not only is my body feeling good, but like I am, how do I explain this? If you're bipolar, this is the easiest thing to recognize. This is the easiest thing to recognize. I am not in one extreme or another. I am just existing. And if me being bipolar, that is a very, very, very wonderful place to be. I'm not extremely in a good mood. I'm not extremely in a bad mood. I'm not in any extreme area of life right now. And that is such a blessing to be in a place like that, but also to be in that place and see the progress that I'm making. Because me being in this place and seeing that progress, it really is able to sink in. I'm not I'm not just saying it. I'm not just able to be like, "Oh yeah, I look good, I feel good." No, no, no. Me being in this environment, in this state of mind, and just it's really it's really gratifying to be here because now I can actually see the progress that I'm doing, be proud of it, and know that I'm doing something right. I'm doing something. Moral of the story, moral of this episode of Big Man Moving is we are doing motherfucking something, you beautiful bad bitches. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this episode made sense. I know we're inside again. And hopefully in future episodes of Big Man Moving we'll be able to be outside. But like I said, I gotta rest. I gotta do what I gotta do for my body. And y'all some beautiful bad bitches. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm not a YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but like if you wanna like this video, maybe subscribe to the channel. Maybe if some of the things that I said made sense in your own weight loss journey or whatever, we appreciate you. Stay hydrated, stay beautiful. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.